Hello guys and welcome back to another Hunter's Prestige YouTube video. On today's video, we've not got the standard 110 Santorini Black that you always see on our channel. It's actually a 130 V8. So for all of our US customers that are probably watching this video thinking, why is a 130 V8 unique? Well, it's not actually that unique, but it is very unique to us because here in the UK, the 130 is actually not a very popular car due to the size of it and also the lead times from Land Rover to get a 130 over a 110. You don't see many of them on the road. Not only that, it is a V8, so it is the biggest engine you could possibly put in these Defenders, which makes it very unique to us. So being a factory standard V8, this car is already spec'd up pretty high already. So the exterior of the body is already in gloss black. There's no ABS plastic on the build and it's not in the dark Atlas as some V8s are. So we're not going to be doing a lot of body styling to the exterior of the car like we would do normally on a V8. The customer's actually going to be taking this vehicle off-road. He does have a family, so he's going to be taking it on expeditions and camping trips. So let's run through the spec of this car as standard as it sits. He's got LED matrix headlights already fitted on the car, so they're top of the range headlights that you can get on this vehicle. And inside the vehicle, it has pretty much every single spec that you can select on a V8. So retrofits that we usually do, things like the V8 paddle shift steering wheel. It's already got that lovely Alcantara V8 standard steering wheel. Interior wise in the seats, it's got a two-tone Alcantara and leather, which is also heated. He's got an 11.4 screen on there, so obviously we retrofit that from a 10-inch screen. You can actually go for a 13.1, but he hasn't opted in for this time. He's got the heads-up display. He's also got the clear sight. I think the only thing this customer's missing inside this V8 is the sunglass holder. Being a 130, this is spec'd up with the 8-seat option with rear climate control, heated seats and twin panoramic roof. As standard on a V8, he has the 5 spokes, 22 inches in gloss black and rear smoke lights as standard. So let's get this build underway, let's get the vehicle in the vehicle bay and we're going to drop this car off to him in London on his doorstep. Oh. Ah, f***. We've got a problem. Okay, so one of the things we're doing on this car is actually retrofit the soft rear closed door. From 2022, Land Rover actually dropped the soft close on this, which is really annoying. So we're just going to fit it to this customer's car because he's got a family, to make sure that rear door is always closed. He doesn't have to slam it as much as possible just to make sure it's shut. We're also going to add some bonnet inserts to this car just to make it look a little bit more aggressive. What am I getting out here? I'm getting out a full 9-piece checker plate kit in gloss black, which I absolutely love putting on these cars. They look so cool with it. So this is a brand new car. When it actually arrived to us, only had 230 miles on it, and 200 of those miles were traveling from London to us. So it also has a ceramic coating on it, so we need to be very careful fitting the 9-piece checker plate kit. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean the area, then we're going to polish it. We're going to do a fast cut to take a little bit of ceramic coating off, but we're going to mask up first, so we only take off ceramic coating on that area. It's the rear door. So we're now about to fit our LED side vents onto the V8, and as you can see on the V8 you have a twin raised air intake anyway. So obviously our side vents come with one cover, because obviously on one side of the vehicle is normally only one size raised air intake, but obviously V8 has two. So all we're going to show you now is how to remove that. So basically just get a little pick or a screwdriver of some sort, and these plastic covers on the back, you just remove them. So if you do have a V8, all you have to do is remove these little plastic covers, and then you have both sides open. Just like that. Now they're ready for fit. So because this customer wants to use the vehicle to go camping and to go out on adventures, we're going to fit a full expedition pack to this car. So it's a 130, we have 130 roof racks. We're also going to be doing a ladder and a gear carrier. Because we're doing a ladder and a gear carrier, the roof rack chucks need to go in first, because if not, if we fit the ladders and then put the gear carrier on, we won't be able to get the chucks in. So we've got to take the chucks out, put the chucks in, do the ladders, gear carrier, then the roof rack. Ah, we've got a problem. Right, so it's been a few days working on this 130. We actually delayed the vehicle for a little bit because we had to do some research. So as it looks like, this V8 was already factory fitted with what looks like roof rails. But in fact, it's more like a security measure from Land Rover to stop you from putting any roof rails on the car. Looking on EPC, which is the Jaguar Land Rover electronic parts catalogue, they don't actually specify a part number for the 130 roof rails either. So when we actually put up the roof rails for the 110, they look completely different. They're actually longer, obviously, because it's a longer vehicle, but they don't sit the same way. So the original problem was we couldn't get any chucks in these roof rails, so we were a bit confused. We could obviously cut down the chucks to make them fit, but we don't want to be doing that. We want to make sure they're as strong as possible. So we've done some research, spoke to Land Rover, really good guys over at Marshall's. Got to the bottom of it, and we actually found that all 130s are actually supplied with roof rails. Obviously V8s aren't, because you're not supposed to put a roof rack or ladder or gear carrier on them anyway, but all 130s are supplied with roof rails from factory. The only way you can actually order roof rails, so if you've got a V8 and you want roof rails so that you can put a ladder or gear carrier or roof rack on there, what you want to do is go into the body and chassis, and they're actually located as a body panel replacement. So we've ordered the roof rails. They're actually available individually, so you can buy the left hand and the right hand. And yeah, we've just taken off these dummy roof rails, and then we're going to fit some 130 standard roof rails on the car. So this is the new rail in. So the only difference between them is the actual gap spacing, or the drop in for where you put your chucks in or your U-bolts, is a little bit bigger. That's literally it. So if you've got a grinder handy, you can probably just grind that straight out, and yeah, save yourself about £1,000.
Learn something every day.
Learn something every day. Right, so we just had to swap the 130 in for this 90 commercial. This customer's brought this car to us. It's not actually a customer, it's actually a main dealer that's brought the vehicle to us. So as you can see, it's still got the white tape on there. It is actually, it's a brand new 24 plate. It only has 72 miles on it. It's just been traded over from Hatfields. This dealership actually brought the car to us because all 24 plate commercials are now coming without clear sight. So it just goes to show that not only customers have trusted us to do retrofits, but also Land Rover dealerships as well. So if you're interested, get in contact with us. Right, so as you see, we've removed the part of the headlining. On the commercials, there's absolutely no chance of getting a panoramic roof, so it's really, really helpful for us. So what we do is we're actually going to run the wire now from the mirror at the front, which we've just changed, all the way to the back to the shark fin. So we're just going to feed this through now. Lucas is just getting the new camera in place where it needs to be. We'll feed the wiring. So we've just tested the mirror, everything seems to be all right. That is the end of this retrofit, fitting the clear sight. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like it, but it's less rap, it's more like riddle.
Yeah, you're like poet.
I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Right, so we're just in the process of doing the gear carrier and the ladder. We've just done the roof rack, and obviously within stages of having the roof rack, ladder and gear carrier, you have to do the roof rack first, but before that you have to put your chucks in for the ladder and also for the gear carrier as well. Obviously with our ladders and our gear carriers, usually we do provide a pre-drilled moulding strip. Obviously the reason we provide it for a 110 and not a 90 is because popularity over the 110 over the 90. And obviously it's quite rare for us to get a 130 in, so we don't supply a pre-drilled hole. So we're just making sure that the hole's going to be the correct size and they're going to line up really, really nicely. So we double checked and we triple checked to make sure that the holes are in line, and then we'll drill the 90mm holes. So as you can see, we are not in London. Unfortunately, we did have to take longer on this build to actually get it complete. The customer is very persistent in getting certain products on his car. And one of the things he said he definitely wanted on the V8 was actually the 130 roof rack. So obviously it took us a little bit of time to work out how we're actually going to fit the roof rails onto this car and actually find the parts from Land Rover. Land Rover being Land Rover, it's not as straightforward as everyone thinks it is sometimes. So we did have to do some little bit of investigating. And after the investigation, speaking to the main dealers and actually finding out the correct part code, Land Rover actually supply roof rails on 130s, not the V8s, on 130s standard long wheelbase, factory standard from build. So they're actually not an accessory. So we found that we had to locate the parts under body and chassis and order all the individual parts individually rather than actually order a roof rail set as it was. And actually remove his what looked like roof rails fitting on the car to actually fit new rails onto the vehicle to go with the roof rack and the gear carrier and also the side ladder. So let's walk you around what we decided to do to this V8. So as I said at the start of this video, this V8 was already pretty specced out, being a V8 as it comes standard. So the scope was open of what we could do to this vehicle just to make it a little bit more personalised for this customer. We've added a Hunter's light package on this vehicle. So we put a double line LED grille light in there. We've added a pod light in the form of a V3. We've also added V2 bonnet inserts just to beef it out a little bit and make it look a little bit more dynamic. We've also added LED side vents in the vehicle, and he's chosen to go for the Hunter's branded ones over the Union Jack because he felt like he wanted to support the brand and looking after him for so much. We've also added a 9-piece gloss black checker plate kit to this vehicle. So we have the wing mirrors covered in checker plate. You also have the front wing on both sides, the rear doors on both sides, as well as the rear lamp covers in checker plate gloss black as well. Now the checker plate kit actually includes a V1 checker plate tailgate strip, but the customer wanted a V2 one just to cover the black paint as much as possible. He's also going to be using the vehicle for expedition as well, camping a lot with his family, so he wanted to protect it as much as possible when he's getting anything in and out of their vehicle as well. We've also added a genuine Land Rover gloss black rear wheel cover, and he's gone for a V2 spoiler. Now if you haven't seen the video on this, the fitment video for this is up here now. This is actually a full body replacement rather than the V1 spoiler that we have, which just sticks over the top of it. Now this actually came from our vehicle because the customer really wanted the version 2 over the V1, and we actually out of stock of them, but don't worry guys, we're getting them soon. So we actually had to remove this from our V8 to put onto his V8, which is more than happy with. It was a brand new one that we just fitted, so that's on there now. And of course we fitted a full expedition pack to this vehicle. After some long awaited time and some research, we finally fitted the V8 with a 130 roof rack, an expedition ladder with gloss black runs, and also a gear carrier. So that is the end of this 130 V8 build. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed working on this car and actually finding something new about these 130s. I don't know why they're not so popular here in the UK as they are overseas and in the US, but it's definitely one of my favourite vehicles we've worked on this year so far. But it's definitely one of my favourite vehicles we've worked on this year so far. One of my personal favourites. This is definitely my favourite vehicle that we've done this year so far. We're adding loads of new products to our website, guys. Head over to our website to view our recently added stuff. If you're interested in any of the products you've seen in this video today, please get in contact with our sales team. I'm really happy with how this vehicle turned out, and I don't think this is going to be the last time we see this customer, as he's already talking about adding deployable side steps and a custom quicksilver exhaust system next time he's in. As always guys, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay up to date with what we're doing here at Hunters. We'll see you on the next video. Let's go. Hype. I'm not very hyped up at all. I didn't sleep very well last night. I have to go for my 10 o'clock poo a little bit early. And as standard, it has 22-inch, the 5 spokes. That's lots of tyre slick on that. Lots of tyre slick. Oh, 20p. 40p. Do you want me to fiddle one?